Hello and welcome to this AAA analysis for Lina mid. This is actually a Herald game, which is kind of crazy to me. But yeah, this is going to be a Herald replay, and let's talk about it. So it's going to be the mid Lina. Now, from the start, what I want to say is that don't buy so much consumables like this. The observer is fine because it's free, but you buy like 3 mangoes and a clarity. I understand that you're going to be using a lot of mana. That makes sense, sure, but you don't need to buy 4 clarities because the value of the clarities is only when you consume them, which is cool, right? But if you buy 4, like you run out of money, you use one, then you have to wait until that one's used, and you use the other one, and it's better to have some stats like maybe a magic stick, a couple of branches, a fairy fire, something like that, rather than buying so many clarities. So don't do that. It's a lot of wasted gold. I would honestly like just the starting items completely change them if you can. Especially because most of the time you're going to be getting a bottle very soon, and that should be enough regen. Like you should start with a mango, a fairy fire, like 2 branches, and that's it. That's all. That's what you should get. And very much consider. Oh, you already have a sentry here from. I was going to say get a sentry from one of your friends, but looks like he already puts it for you. Since he put the observer and a sentry, you should give yours to someone else. Also, you took Dragon Slave early level 1. That's not a bad thing. I'll maybe be very clear about that. But you don't know if your team is going to be fighting or not. Someone could walk up like here. You could have a light strike array. You stun them. Your team gets a kill. What I mean is save your skill point till you need to use it. Don't use it so early. So, but the biggest thing right now is just get yourself better starting items. This is, I don't want to say bad, but suboptimal. Very, very much on the sub. And yeah, see, this is really, okay, now this is bad. You have a ward here, you don't need a ward here. Like, you don't need that much vision. So this ward is very wasted. And the enemy team could put a sentry here or here and get one of them. You know, and no matter, and they probably will put one in one of those places. So that was not ideal. Very much not ideal, I would say. And yeah, you see what? He puts a sentry in one of... If he had put a sentry... Like, this one's not your fault, true, but he could have just... He doesn't even D-ward? Interesting. I wonder why he doesn't do that. Oh, strange. But this is Herald, so, you know, I kind of get that. So, what you want to do is you want to use the Dragon Slave too. Like you just did, get a CS as well as harass Mr. Tucker over here. So that would be the best way to use it. You could... I'm not sure how much you are on like the things like denies. Again, this is Herald, so I'm not sure what you know. But we'll see what... you should try to deny as much as you can. And of course, use the Dragon Slave. You are using Fire Souls level 2. That's very good. It's what you want. And see, this is what I mean. Like right now, if you didn't have 4 clarities, you'd have had the bottle. So... Like, what is the clarity giving you at this particular time in the game? As you can tell, this clarity thing, we're going to go to it a lot of times. It's quite on my soul. Sorry about that. Just, water is lovely. But, yeah, okay, yeah, as long as you don't miss it. Getting some denies would be good, but you already got a couple. You're quite far behind. Yeah, remember, you have a ward here. So it actually would be better for you if you are aggressive. You have vision, we have an observer ward. So you shouldn't be so far. You should try to be like here. Don't hit from low ground to higher. Don't hit him from low ground unless you have vision there, like with a creep, not with a ward, because he'll suspect. But you can stand here and hit him a few times. And he'll, especially when the creep wave is in your favor. Do you have a level 2? Very nice. You did miss that one, but it's okay. Did you actually harass him with that one? I think you did. I think you just... I just didn't see because he has a bit of a high health pool. There you go. Very good. Very good job. To be fair, up against something like an OD, it's not very likely that you'll kill him. Like, you'll harass him a little bit, but it's not going to get you anything. And yeah, you should be buying the bottle. Like, you have plenty of gold. The ball should have been delivered... The moment you hit 675, it should have been the bottle on the way in the courier being delivered to you. Like, you're CSing very nicely at the moment. Good job. You get the flag bearer. That's very important. So, in a game like this, by the way, it is going to be. You definitely want some mobility if you can get it, but mostly you're going to be playing the Lina. Sorry about that. As a magic builder. What I mean by that is you want to go for the Acceptor, Kaya, Ethereal Blade, and a Shard. This is the way Lina is played these days. I know that there's a right-click build, but it's not for the mid Lina, it's more for the carry Lina, which is very much out of fashion right now anyway. So I would say steer clear from that. But yeah, you should have a bottle right now. You should have a bottle. A bottle pays for itself. The earlier you get it, the more you'll be like, drinking, filling it up, chugging. You'd be throwing as much Dragon Slaves as you can, which is... And plus, once he uses Astral, your maximum mana goes down, so bottle becomes more efficient because it heals a bigger percentage of your mana. Something's coming. I feel like it's a quarterstaff, is it? No, okay. Right. I think quarterstaff is actually no longer an item. So you're going for Orchid first item. Not great, I'll say. Again, you should probably have like a bottle and a boots. Maybe the first, get a magic stick as well. Get a magic wand, upgrade the boots to boots of travel so you can be all over the map and help your team out. But this is the Orchid also, okay. In particular, in a game like this, Orchid is bad for two reasons. One, Legion Commander has a Dispel. So if you silence anyone other than Legion, she'll be able to dispel them and they'll be fine. Two is OD has a save, so you could dispel someone, they get Astral. And when you're up against two heroes that have a save, there is no real counterplay, like no real benefit to an Orchid. Why? Because if they're around, whichever one you silence, they're going to save each other. And if you silence any of the other three, they have two saves to play with. So I would very much think that this is not a good Orchid game. This Bloodthorn Rush, don't do it. Very clearly, I'm going to say it. Rush bottle, boots, magic wand, rotate around the map, get boots of travel so that you can be very active. As a mid laner, your strength is getting that fast 6 to Laguna and going in and terrorizing. Because while Orchid itself is bad, what is good is the fact that enemies have relatively low health. Like Sniper is quite killable. Marcy, she's actually not that low health, but she's probably going to be a support. She's killable. Jakiro's kind of tanky. I mean, they're a little tanky, true, to be honest, but your magic build, like, you can output 2,000 magic damage in sort of like 2 seconds. So there are people you can show up and burst down, and that would be good. Now, I don't know how this game goes. You might end up winning it. This Orchid might end up doing a lot of work, but just because something ends up working out does not mean it was a good idea at the time, which is what the point of this, or I want to emphasize with this, is that sometimes you could do the wrong thing and win, or do the right thing and lose, but we want to do more of the right thing, less of the wrong thing. Oh, Oblivion Staff. Woo! Oh, that's cool. All right. So yeah, what you want to do is, if I was you, I'd be like level 6. Level 6 is very important. You would like to get it. Take a power ruin on the side, a haste, an invis, an amplify, rotate to a lane, get a kill, start having impact. As a mid, your thinking has to be, I've got to kill them, I've got to make them suffer. Things like that would be very good for you if you can do them. Oh, we're looking at here. Especially like this bottom lane. These two, oh, super juicy. All right, you're level 6, you have a TP. It's worth it to buy smoke to do it. Remember, anyone can buy smoke, and like it's fairly valuable for you. Especially because you're not like this OD is suffering. Don't get me wrong, but he's quite bad, but he's not like you're pushing him out of the lane. It's more like he himself is very passive. So you'd benefit a huge amount by being like, if you leave him alone and go rotate, you're not gonna lose too much. But you should rotate because you're not gonna kill him very likely. It's an OD. Again, if you do end up killing him, it's more like it's a rare thing that should have happened. Like, he is misplaying like crazy to do what he just did. But he's still unkillable because he's got 1,000 health and, you have no assistance going on him. So far so good though. How are we going for it? Man, this Orchid is expensive, isn't it? Remember when we talked about the clarity? We still have 2. So you could have started with 2 and now bought them. And this is a big deal because the clarity is 50 gold and you have 600. You don't want to use a third of your gold, your starting gold, where it's very valuable, on items that give you no benefit, which is why the clarity start is just not great. Not great. The skill build is perfect so far though. 4 in Dragon Slave and 2 in Fiery Souls. You could go 4-1-1, that's fine too, or 4-0-2. I know this is the most optimum build. Wow, this guy just straight up. Beautiful. Alright. Can we do it? Can we? Alright, maybe. It's alright. We got this damage. A couple of hits. Maybe. Nah, it's fine. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You went for it as soon as you could. This was right. If you can chase him and get the Laguna off, you might. Oh, yes, you. No. It might have been best if you went this way, like this. You know, because it's more. Because sometimes they juke and they try to, like. But their main goal is to get in here, and there's no space, no trees between here and here. So going here might have been better rather than chasing them around the trees is very hard to do. Alright, so 8 minutes comes up. There's a ruin. It's an AD ruin. Delicious. If we can get it. Alright, we're gonna get it. Now, if we can take this and rotate. Remember, you have a TP. Very good. You don't have to TP there. You can just walk there. That's perfectly fine. But again, if you had boots, you'd be able to get there much quicker. You're actually kind of slow without boots. But that's fine. It's not... The movement is right, but it can be done more efficiently. Unfortunately, they have vision here because of the ward. Can you just get Laguna Blade? That's enough. There you go. Oh, okay, we missed that one. Oh. Okay, so I did think you'd hit the Dragon Slave as well, but that's fine. The ward here did catch you out, which is fine. Not your fault. Definitely would have been nice if we landed that Dragon Slave. Alright, so one of the things you talked about is that I'm playing with a lot of players that aren't very good. And that's very true. You are going to be playing with players that are not very good. But also it's true is that if you were much better, you would eventually climb up. Because your allies who are not good, the enemy's got people who are not good either. You know, it's not just you. It's not like they're like, oh, here you get the bad cards, they get the good cards. Your enemies aren't that amazing either. This OD is really bad. He's got 15 CS to your 54. Your mechanical skills are much higher than him. But at level 8, by the way, just put a point light strike array. Just so you can cancel TPs and stuff like that. You don't have to max it out if you don't want. I get the feeling you're going for a right-click build, but 1 point and stun, just get it by 8. You can go 4-0-2 or 4-1-1. Have a point here at 4 or have a point here at 8, but must have a point here by 8. Alright, so I don't like this. I don't like this. You have so many empty slots here. This is not good. You're not optimizing your... You could have a couple of branches, a windlace, a fairy fire. Like you don't need so much empty space. And you can add useful stuff. Alright, there you go, Bloodthorn. Again, I knew something like this was going to happen. Because this must work against some people. Where you get the Orchid, you get a good kill. You think, look, that's good, right? Like I did the thing. And you're like, yes, you did. But you don't need the Orchid to dominate this guy. He was dominating himself. You could have gotten better items. And I sometimes have this where I coach someone and they're like, I buy this item, like, why? He's like, I'm super good with it because he's bought it so many times. He's actually very used to using it and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I can see why you want it, but that doesn't mean it's the right item. Like now, if you had a bottle, you can take the Invis Ruin. You can, all right. For a second, I thought that was the enemy Spirit Breaker. You can take the Invis Ruin and you can rotate to another lane. Because when you went bottom, there's like a ward there that caught you out. So I don't know why I'm yawning. I just woke up 20 minutes ago. I don't understand. I'm sorry. This game is really cool to watch different perspectives. Like you are owning. Now you remember, what we have to do is transfer that useful high net worth into actual effectiveness on the map. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think this guy is definitely dead. This guy might also be dead. All right, there we go. Now, picture what you did was very good, but your item build limits you in ways that you don't know. For example, think if you had boots and a bottle, you would have TP'd here, walked very quick and joined the fight. Or if you had boots of travel, That was an odd TP. Okay, when you might want to do this. Let me see if you have a settings that I can show you. Where is it? It's for double advanced hotkeys. It's damn. I have it here somewhere where you can just TP instantly by pressing T. I'm trying to look for it for you because it's an actually important one that you get it. I can't believe I can't find it. Can you believe? Double tap to small advanced options, quick cast. Where is it? I'm gonna find it for you eventually. But there's a way where you can. I usually have the hotkey. Wait, where is it? Ah, there it is. See, there it is. Sorry, here in the items. My hotkey for teleport is T. T for teleport. And if I press it 2 times, I instantly go to the fountain. So the way you teleported just now told me that you must have auto-casted this ability. Because you end up TPing... Where do you TP? Alright. See, you end up TPing here. If I using double T, I always end up in this area. So it's very efficient because right now you just wasted some time because you had to like manually click. Maybe you used the mini map. That's not good. And plus you might have to, like, let's say you take it like... I don't know why I'm talking so fast. Let me slow down. Let's say you get hit by a maledict. And you want to TP back to base so you can heal, right? So you press double T instantly there, but it's the middle of a team fight. You're panicking. You know, Maledict's sitting down. You press T on the base somewhere. You end up here instead of here, and you die from the Maledict before you reach. So get your teleport on T. Get the double cast down. I'll try to find that setting, and so that you can just end up here every time, instantly healing, being very quick. Glad you have the boots, and now we're going for the Bloodthorn. Okay, all right. It's an expensive Bloodthorn for sure. Yeah, our biggest disagreement where I'm not seeing eye to eye to how you're playing is in the difference of your item build, like the overall approach that you are, because you are doing good moves overall. Well, that was a mechanical misclick right there. You orchided the creep. You walked up to him. Not super the best, but all right. Yeah, but in general, I would also advise you. You took the mid tower. Mid tower, you've opened up the map for your team. Now we can play in this area, like here, and no one's gonna teleport to help. That's beautiful, lovely. But what about these towers? You can go in and get some kills. You can really shrink the map down, and you are really capable of doing it. Again, you are #1 in net worth, so you should be #1 impact as well. 3-0 looks good, but it can be more. Alright, so let's see what we're going to be doing here. A nice TP top, that's what we want to see. Even if this doesn't work out, it is the right move to do. Beautiful. Can we get a silence? Alright. That's, okay, that's fine. What about this? Alright, I'm surprised you didn't use your stun. Because you have it available, just throw it on. The sniper's standing still. Just get it. So we are seeing a little bit of a mistake, which is that you're not using your spell. This is not ideal. Not ideal. Let's go with that. You could have used the orchid, and you could have used the silence as well. So that was a bit of a mistake from you. And that death is saying something is preventable 100% is not, you know, nothing is confirmed. But stunning sniper, getting the kill, going back near the tower, you may have lived. You go from, let's say, 100% dead to maybe 60% chance you die, 40% chance you live. And when you die, you give a lot. We've mentioned before several times, you are the most valuable player on your team right now with the highest net worth. So when you die, you are extra juicy to kill. And you have no defensive items, this Bloodthorn thing. That's another thing I don't like about the Orchids. That's another reason for you to go close to the enemy, right? I just want to kind of use my spells, Dragon Slave and Laguna from a distance. Orchid, yes, it's got decent cast range, but it's like Orchid followed by my combination. Maybe that's not really a good point. I think that Orchid's cast range is reasonable. If you're playing against a Puck or a Queen of Pain, it becomes a little bit more understandable, but even then, I would say don't get the Orchid if you can. Alright, this OD, he's going to be taking this. And now we're going back to the mid lane. Again, think about it this way. Mid towers down, my job is finished mid. I only need to go mid to defend towers now. Otherwise, I need to go other places. Okay, look at that. Oh! The enemy has no... OD has no illusion making abilities, and none of his allies can make illusions of him, like Shadow Demon. So when he shows up with multiple of him, or like what we just saw, there's very likely they just took an illusion rune and that's it. And now, because you wasted your Laguna Blade top, you can't just go and Laguna this Marcy, which would be an instant kill for her. That was... Oh yeah, see, if you had Laguna Blade, Marcy, boom, instant dead. So it's this is a lovely thing about Dota, which I love, is that it's all related. One mistake here leads to a missed opportunity there. And what happened was for some reason, I don't really know why, you see the two illusions from OD. Obviously they look real, I know, I get that part, but you should know that they're not real. You should wait for one of them to maybe use a spell. You should probably not even be here. But you're here, you mess up with the Laguna Blade, you walk up here, now you don't have Laguna Blades, down to at 40 seconds, you don't kill the Marcy instantly, which allows her to jump on you, which causes you to die and her to live. So, misuse of Laguna, chain reaction to a bad fight in the top lane. And now we're sort of back here, but our net worth, it's not what it wasn't in the lead. Remember, at one point you were almost 2,000 gold ahead. This guy, he doesn't know what he's doing. So, you know, that's whatever. He's whatever. We don't want to discuss him too much. What did he take? 25 damage cooldown. That's fine. I imagine I actually know the talents for the mage Lina. I think both the 25 damage and the other one are fine. I'll probably need to check this one out. Actually, I don't play a whole lot of mid, but you know. It's I watch enough, and when you're like at 8,000 MMR, you know the game enough that you can be like, I know what's right and wrong at least. And it's a good job that, by the way, this sentry for you to deward, keep up. That's a very good habit that you have, that you buy your own sentries, you plant them, and you get vision like that. But oh man, yeah, your team is starting to fall behind. And who's he going for? Okay, Bloodthorn. Can we Bloodthorn him? Can we Bloodthorn? Alright, where's the stun? Very nice. And he should be dead. Very good. That was really good. Good job on Maratha Warrior over there, who's crit first. I'm sorry, just that the items on him it's really bad. It's really bad. Okay. Did you was this your ward? Very nice. I was gonna say, your approach to warding is really good. Like, it's very advanced, where you pushed yourself, you put the ward, very nicely done. You're going top lane here. You're a bit low on mana, which is one of the reasons why we would have really liked... Oh, you see that? You just use your Bloodthorn, you actually have no mana for anything else. You use the Mango, that's fine. Good use there, and this guy should definitely be dead. There we go. Beautiful rotation. And a lot of it is because you are giving this to your team. You are super strong. So yeah, the thing about the right click build, it seems like it's not very mana efficient. Like, you don't get a whole lot of mana regen. You have 8, but you also spend a lot for using Bloodthorn. Whereas again, oh, we're going Hurricane Pike afterwards, huh? Like, there's nothing you can do here because you're out of mana. But if you had a bottle, if you are working towards an Axe, or if you had a bottle and a Kaya, oh, bottle and Kaya would be so good. You'd never run out of mana then. You would, but you know, much less than this. By the way, whenever you fight, the first thing you need to do is use Laguna Blade for your facet to kick in. Don't save Laguna Blade as a kill steal ability. Use it for the end. And okay, first let's see what we have here. You definitely want the mana regen. Mana regen is fantastic. As we mentioned, you are having mana issues, and you can go for Ripper's Lash, because you are attacking so much that 16 damage, it really adds up. So I would go Ripper's Lash and mana regen. Come on. Yeah, but alright, you take Occult Bracelet and Alert. Now that's bad, because you have max attack speed from Fiery Souls, remember? You just Laguna Blade, boom, your full attack speed. You already, look at this, you're 500 attack speed with 7 charges of Fiery Soul. Why do you need 10 more? But 1 mana regen is huge, because you are having mana issues. Also, why the hell did you not pick up the 2 bounty runes? They're right there. So what's happening right now is that your team needs you to fight. They need you because they're bad, true, but they need you to be there. And because you don't have the items that we've been talking about a lot, which is the Boots of Travel, you don't have a TP scroll, you are out of mana, you were farming here, you just can't help them. You need to be more available. It's very important to think like this, that I can 1v5 the game. Not because it's always true, it's not, but because it gives you that mentality of I should be on the, killing my enemies. And that's not, okay, here's another thing that you did that I don't like. You used your TP scroll very quickly. All right. So you buy the TP scroll, you go out. Firstly, buy 2 TP scrolls. So if you TP to a place, you still have 1 in your pocket. Secondly, why do you need to be here? When you're TPing, you have to, teleport. And I don't know why we shouldn't. When you're teleporting, you have to remember to think to yourself, why do I need to be there right now? So when you show up here to do what? To farm? Okay, that's fine, but it's not an emergency. You could have just walked here and farmed instead. So your teleports, use them to defend towers or to kill enemies and buy some smokes so that you can get there, no one can see you. Like, Herald is a lot better than I thought because people are dropping these wards, they're seeing stuff, so you might as well get the smoke and you can catch people unaware. Alright, that's yeah, remember, Laguna Blade first if you can. Get that supercharge so you go up instantly to 10 stacks of Fiery Souls. Of course, it's a little less relevant because you're not actually using the shard, which is... Oh, right, they changed the shard. Oh, no wonder Magically Lina went out. Ah, well. Yeah, it's definitely, without the shard, Magically Lina is definitely a lot weaker. But it's still the way to play, if you can. You still want to play her, maybe not with a shard, but you go for the Axe Scepter at least. I didn't realize they changed the shard. That explains why this hero has been dead for a while. Well, very defensive, though. That was pretty good. Alright, so now you're here, and... your team, it would be probably better if you can go top somewhere, because there's just nothing happening. Your fixation on the mid lane is a negative. You can be having impact on the other side of the map. You're still incredibly powerful. How are you level 16 for the love of God? How's that thing? Can you get it? Yeah, he's probably dead. That's nice, but you might lose your life because of this. So let's see what was traded when you die here. You gave away 860 gold when you died. You got 480. And we have a fight recap. You probably gave away some experience as well. This is just... Okay, I don't know when this is going to update. Now, maybe? No. But you gave away a lot more than you got. Yes, you could say, well, I killed one guy, 2 guys came. Isn't it like... a good thing because they were off the map? Yeah, but they got the juiciest target they could get, the best person. Now look at this. Your death, net, they got 500 gold. And experience, they got 1,000 extra. When, I don't know if so a lot of times people don't watch their own replays, so when I show them this, some players are like, wow, yes, I am actually making a lot of mistakes. And some people are like, oh yeah, there's room for improvement when I see this. And, oh, that's a good kill for them. Where are we gonna go here? Alright, we have a TP. We have a TP. Let's move. Okay, we're going mid lane. By the way, till now, the tier 1s on the other sides are gone. Oh, it's alright. Can you do something? The sniper is causing you a lot of problems. That's one of the best things about Axe Scepter, by the way, is that you end up flying. So you can approach a sniper who's here from like this angle, rather than I have to approach him like this, straight. I can turn around and just come in from an angle that he doesn't expect. It's the biggest issue, the biggest disconnect. No issue. The biggest issue has been item build in terms of like one thing to easy improve on. Second one has been returning to the same lane. It's very bad. Makes you predictable. The enemy knows what to do. You are not closing off. Towers are gateways for the enemy to have influence, because when you have a tower in this area, it means that you control this like part of the map, right? If people are fighting here, I just teleport. I can contest Tormentor, farm here if someone gets in trouble. By taking away this tower, enemies are forced to play closer to this tower. So the map shrinks because you've done that. You have more real estate to play. You have more things you can farm. You can't farm this, or like any of your allies, you shouldn't farm this. Why? Because if you do, they teleport, they kill you. This tower's down, you can't teleport there. And like all right, where are we now again, why I see this, there's a creep wave mid, it's juicy, I want to get the kill. You're putting your TP on cooldown. Let's rephrase the teleport scroll in a way so that we learn it. My teleport scroll is an ultimate ability. Do I use it every time it's on cooldown, or do I use it in, in a good spot when I need to? Do I throw Laguna Blade at every creep? No, I wait until I get a kill. I should teleport when I get something big out of it. And by the way, sorry if I get passionate about this. I hope that I'm not making you feel bad. You obviously sent this to learn, and I love I love Dota, and seeing some of this, it makes me cry. So get better. Oh, let's go back. Let's go back and see what neutral items you did. Since the you pick pretty fast. Okay, all right. Wait. It's there we go. Essence Rinse and Gossamer are both very good. In terms of this one, you probably want to take Vampiric, or Vampiric would probably be best. Vast is okay. This is meh. It's like the health is always nice, but you want to be more offensive. So I would take one of these two, Gossamer or Essence, and one of these two. What do you take? You pick pretty fast. Gossamer and Alert. Again, you don't need attack speed because you go max attack speed very quickly. But to be fair, you do get night vision at this point, so it's not as bad as the first one. But the lifesteal and the attack range would have been better for sure. Alright, we got a fight here. By the way, the sniper's bad. Do you see what sniper just did? He threw 3 shrapnels at the same time, and they don't stack. So the enemy is making a lot of mechanical mistakes. I can just, from the sound, I can tell that's what's happening. You need to be forward. You need to go get your spells out. Oh, there you go. There's a good one. Alright, okay. And dead, baby. Well done. And that's what you should do. You stay a little bit behind. You throw out your spells. All very useful. Although you yourself are very killable, And looks like they're trying. Okay, good silence. We're gonna help keep him alive here. Do we get a kill? Good kill on the GQ. The spear actually saves the OD, but your Bloodthorn might kill him. Oh, that was definitely not. That was definitely a gust one. I was like, that's way too long to be a Bloodthorn silence. Ah well. It's a bit of mistakes from the Mars. I'm not gonna tell you your team is playing perfectly. They're making tons of mistakes. The problem is you are too. So I'm not gonna get commissioned for another replay. I feel like I've not been supportive enough. Well, where are we gonna go here? This guy should be able to get the kill. He's not using bulldoze, by the way. There we go. Should have used bulldoze before, because it would have actually given you a little more damage. Whatever. They use an Omni Slash. He's dead. He's out of the fight. That's still pretty good. As you play, you get... Whoa, did he have spin? He did. Oh, that's not good. This guy is pretty solid. Can you get him? Very good. There's potential here, baby. If he had bulldoze, it would have been a much shorter duel, but whatever. It's fine. For the love of God, why does she... There you go. Should have been a maxed frost arrows. Should be a multi-shot. Oh, no. Okay, wait, sorry, where are you? You are teleporting to... Beautiful place to teleport. Can you make it to there in time? Come on. It's slowed up. Another reason boost of travel is good. You're kind of slow, and you really need it. Okay, silence comes out. Oh, the stun misses. I had a feeling the stun was going to miss. I was like, I think he's going to... You get the kill, but you would have... Let's see when you die. How much damage do you take from Marcy? Okay, not that much. Don't have helped that much, actually. But you would have maybe killed her earlier. You were going to die anyway, so missing the stun is a small... misplay. It's not a big deal on it. Like, that's not... Don't beat yourself up about it. But yeah, boots of speed is like 45 movement speed, and it's fine when you actually are maxed, but boots of tail is like 90 or something. Yeah, 90. Double the bonuses. And just mobility. Magic Lina, mobility, killing people around the map. Delicious stuff. I think both replays you sent me were Lina replays as well, so I know you like the hero, and you certainly know how to play her. But you want to start off with Laguna so you get the full thermal runway benefit, because once you go full stacks, you want to be a bit better with your stun, get appointed much earlier as well. But yeah, there is now you're suffering because you weren't able to make so much space around the map. Others have caught on. In Herald, games go longer than they should. People get way more farm than they should. And a big part of that has been because you haven't been pushing yourself. I know we're repeating some points, but you know, it's as the game. You know, these are the big flaws. If you get better, you move up a couple of ranks, you might have new big flaws. Whereas like not really new big flaws. It's more like you fix some issues, then the other issues become your biggest weakness. Right now, your biggest weakness is the item build and not pushing, going back to mid. Let's say you fix that, we'll be like, oh, you have this weakness now that was less obvious before, because we had other things we were looking at the time. Okay, you can go. Oh, like not buying bottles, something we didn't talk about for a while, but that was a big deal. Not getting bottle early, the clarities at the start. Whoo, the good thing they got them. So quite a few things that later on will be like, oh yeah, this is a big deal now. Still, I will admit the Bloodthorn has been somewhat effective. I don't say it like, oh, I didn't want to. I know the enemy isn't usually saving themselves, but a bad item is still a bad item. Just because the enemy doesn't know how to play around, it doesn't mean that it's suddenly good. That was very bad. That was incredibly not needed to do. Now, if you live or die, doesn't matter. You did not need to walk. Oh god, I can't think. Like this, you should have walked like this and planted it. Now, you might get the kill. Yeah, okay, fine. You get the kill, but you still die. However, you gave them such a clean target. You walked like this. This was inefficient movement. You could have planted, like you could have stood here, planted the ward here to get yourself vision of this area, or just planted here. I don't. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, you almost have a Daedalus. You know, we are reaching the point of the game where surviving is doing damage, if you know what I mean. Like, you don't need to actually... Oh my god, this guy's just standing there. When he could be farming other camps. Oh, the inefficiency is killing me. Like, just by being alive, you can be very impactful. So a Lincoln Sphere might be really good. It prevents the Duel, the Astral, which are kind of the biggest spells. Assassinate as well. So, this guy gonna give up? I play in Southeast Asia too, by the way, and I can reach 8k as a support. There is a lot of griefers and buyers and smurfs and just plain old asses, you know? Not that their asses are old, but they're like they smell like ass. But it still doesn't mean you can't climb. What it does mean is that you probably won't go up against up past 60-65% win rate, even if you're very good. But you will win plenty. Right, here you go. You teleport here. See what happens? Because they've taken this tower at the top, you can only teleport far away to join your team. So when fights happen in this area, you can't help. Remember this exact thing we talked about. Having this tower means you can't fight here as Dire. Removing this tower means you can't fight here as Dire. Because the Radiant, they are there and you can't teleport. And I sense at this point, the team is somewhat given up on playing the game. You know, you got one guy AFK. Oh, disconnected actually. You weren't able to make a play here. Probably morale's low. Where's our Lina? She didn't show up. Not really my fault. Oh, and that's another thing why Boots of Travel is good. Because if your towers fall, you can still show up and have an impact. As you get better, you realize how big of a deal towers are. And the fact that you were able to take the mid one so early is like it's game winning. It's, to put it that simply, it's a huge thing that you did. This guy's actually got Blink. That's pretty good on Mars. Like, you'd think that he'd be able to just jump in, catch 3 or 4 man. You guys clean up. Oh, all right, here we go. Yeah, if you have now see, okay. If you had Acceptor, you can approach him, you can just fly past here, go from the behind and get him from the rear end. But unfortunately, you're forced to walk straight. It's a very obvious way to do things, and it's like, And this guy gets his arena. He's gonna throw it now, right? Like right after he dies. He's like, here's my arena. Oh, this game is very much feeling over at this point. As Juggernaut buys back. Okay, all right. Okay, he wants to have some fun here. Is he gonna do anything with his buyback? He needs to spin. Oh shit! Oh my god, he used the Mask of Madness. Oh, he can't use any spells. This is so bad. This is so bad. But it's not worse than what the enemy has done. It feels like that, but this OD is honest to God maybe playing with like one hand and half a brain. Okay, I don't mean that to be rude, but like he's not playing really well. Like he's made huge mistakes mechanically, but he is on the winning team. He's not worse or better than the Jug, for example. I saw Sniper throw out the multiple shamans. He's got the perfect item build, to be fair. So, you know, it's much easier to play good when you reduce the things that like the bad things you do. An item build is one of them. If you buy the wrong items, your hero plays in a way that's very not effective. Sniper, he's probably not a very good player, this guy. He's not like much better. He's not better than you in any way. But he has the exact items he needs to get. Silver Edge to go in and out. Good stats, sorry. Deso, good damage. Hurricane Pike saves himself. Things like that. Like he's got the perfect. His positioning is completely garbage. If Spirit Breaker had charged him, he would have gotten a kill on Sniper. But he has good items, so when he makes mistakes, it's okay because he's doing optimized in other ways. Your item build is very not good, which means that even when you play well, you're limited. You know, the ceiling for you is still here. So you play perfect, yeah, okay, but you could have had this much impact. You could have done a lot more in this game. Yes, like let's see Marcy. Marcy also, Harpoon is meh. You could have gone instead. Like Harpoon's bad, but he gets a basher. He gets the phase boots, the magic one. Those are good items. OD, perfect. Just get a BKB and you're still very useful. Even though again this OD is way worse than you. Jakiro, oh wow, that's something. Let me guess. Blink, yeah, Blink Blade Mail. That's all a Legion Commander does. So when you get the key right items from the start, you are gonna be at least setting yourself up for a potential of a good game. Which is what this guy does. He just gets 220 dual damage. Jeez. This guy's dead. Yeah, I think this game ends like 36 minutes. And oh, and fix your hotkey for teleport. Make sure you get it. You put the one here T. You find the one where if you double click. I think it's like smart double click or something like that. So you can just teleport straight to base. It will take a little bit of time for you to get used to it, but when you do, you'll be playing much better. Like there'll be a bit of growing pains where you'll be like, oh, I'm actually more comfortable the old way, but it's fine. Get comfortable and you'll be better. At Herald 2, you probably don't have that much MMR to lose. You know what I mean? Like you can get a bit discomfort and still be a better player. Yeah, you're dead here. Oh, and I want to talk about something else, which is use quick cast. I use it here for my skills. Do not use normal cast. Use quick cast. What's the difference when you use cast? Like if I press Q, I have to aim it, right? I press Q and then I aim the spell. If I quick cast, I straight away shoot it in the direction of my mouse. I will show this to you. This game's over. I'll show this to you, the difference here. And then I'll conclude this. Where is Lina? I'm actually going to be playing. I actually have a couple losses myself right now. Lina. I'll show you the difference between why quick cast is so good and why normal cast is not. I don't know if you might be using quick cast anyway, but if you're not, and if someone else is watching this, why the benefit of it? Let's look at this. So, free spells, level up. Let's take these. So let's say I'm using normal cast. Normal cast. Yeah. So what I do is, if I press Q, I have this. This is what shows up. So I press W. This is what shows up. So if an enemy, like if I want to use my spell, I have to. It's two moves. It's press the Q, click the button. Press the W, click the button. Now, does that sound like a big deal? Oh, maybe I like aiming my spells. I want to see exactly how much the W is. I don't know exactly what the Q is. If you're playing the hero a lot, you'll get this eventually. All right. If I'm pressing Q, I have a rough idea. It's with stuff like that. I'm not gonna get pixel perfect. If I'm playing for pixel perfect, I'm playing badly. But if I put this on quick cast, if I press Q, instant spell. I press W, instantly it's used. So I'm just pressing, let's see, no mouse button. I just press Q, I press W. So what this does is I reduce the amount of clicks I do, which reduces how much I can mess up. Because sometimes you might click a button, you forget to, sorry, you might click like the button, you forget to use the mouse. So switch to quick cast, fix your T, oh, look at this. I'm gonna be pressing T twice, straight to fountain. So this is very useful. I'm, you know, in a normal situation like this, you might be like, well, what's the difference? I can just press T and click here, right? Yes, you can, but what if you're being chased? Oh my god, I'm juking, I'm in the trees, I don't want to like press teleport, press on the mini map, get it there. No, I'm juking, double T, I'm out, I'm where I need to do. So make sure you fix those buttons if you can. I know that you messed up the teleport. I know you're not using this because when you teleport to the trees. That's all. If you feel like this was useful, let me know. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like, and thanks for sending me this replay. It was very fun for me to do. See you around.